Yeah, it's time to retire early, man. No alcohol again tonight. I pretty much think I'm gonna quit cold turkey, man. I have no desire to drink anymore. You know, I haven't been sleeping very well lately, but I got some sleeping pills tonight. Just help me sleep a little bit more. What's up with it? What's up with it, Steve? Just tired and I just want to get some extra sleep, man. I'm trying to be asleep by like 9:30 or something like that. Right now it's 8 o'clock. Oh, man. Oh, man. Just gonna get some sleep, man. You know what? I think that some people, was meant to have a bad life. I ain't trying to, come with no gloom and doom or nothing, but there's some people that was born into this world that had to work harder than others just so they can get a piece of the pie. Like some people were born with a piece of the. Some people were born with a piece of a pie in their hand, man. Some motherfuckers had to go through years and torture and discipline just so they could get a piece of that pie, man. Some people was born to work harder than others. Some people were born good looking, more good looking than others. You know, like if you're a Chad or a Tyrone, your life is easy with women, bro. You got a good life for at least the first 40 years, anyway. Until the look starts to, die out, then, and then you ain't gonna have much of a good life. That's why a lot of Chads and Tyrones, including myself, when we got over 30 and 40, we start becoming more, serious about our goals and stuff. About everything was fine as long as we was chasing women and we was getting pussy. Everything was okay. Then the moment you got over 30, the moment you got over 40 is when you start becoming more disciplined with your goals and stuff. When that coochie starts to slow down or slow up, then you want to be all serious about your shit. When you should have been serious about your shit in your earlier years, man. You should have been serious the first years of your life. You should have been serious when you was like 9 or 10 years old. You should have been competing back then. You should have started early in life. But a lot of us don't wake up until later. I done heard stories of that, like that though, man, where men had start becoming more serious about their goals in life when they hit like 30, when they hit like 40. Some motherfuckers start getting serious in their 50s, bro. Cause they see that they see that the shit ain't gonna change unless they change, man. You know? You know. You know, some motherfuckers see that, hey, this shit ain't gonna change, you know, unless I change, bro. You know? It's never gonna change. You know, I ain't gonna be able to get what I want if I don't stay focused. You know? I see some beautiful women I would love to be with. But I know for a fact that I'll never ever be with them unless I have money, bro. My genetics is too my genetics is too inferior to theirs. You know. I don't know why I'm putting this on. Some women are some women genetics are superior to your genetics. You know, like I just saw a female, an Asian female that was hot on one of my shorts. She was like an 8 in looks, man. I was like, damn, boy, you ain't gonna see no parts of that until you get some money, and that's on the real. Once you get some money, then you'll see some parts. Other than that, you ain't gonna see nothing. You know, what's up with the Leonardo? Or Leonard, I mean. What's up with Leonard? What's up with Steve? Yeah, I'm retiring right now. I'm tired. I need to get some more sleep. Haven't been sleeping well, but I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I got some pills. Some sleeping pills. I can't take the sleeping pills every single night, man. But some nights I gotta take them, man. It helps me sleep more, and I wake up well rested, man. But sometimes I gotta take a couple of nights off of taking the sleeping pills. You know, some Advil PM. That's what I be on. But I think in this world, some motherfuckers was born to work harder. Some motherfuckers got an easy life. When you think about the Kim Kardashians, and they was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, bro. They was never poor. You know what I'm saying? They got everything handed to them, bro, through a sex tape. Even before then, their father was a lawyer, okay? So when you think about some of these celebrities, you know, who never had a hard day in their life, you know, all the spoiled celebrities like Steve-O, you know, people that were born rich and still rich to this day because of who their parents were, or who their father was, or who their mother was. Everybody else had to work hard and be persistent at what they're doing. You know? What's up, man? She had 3 matches. God damn, them girls got some fat asses. And unlike Fatal Influence. You're just jealous that they're real friends. And at least I see it, man. I believe I was born to have a bad life. Uh, I was born with some bad cards, man. So, I gotta know that. You gotta know if you're born with bad cards, you gotta stay focused on anything that you do long term, or it's gonna last a lifetime. You feel what I'm saying? You can't quit at nothing. You quit, you suffer the consequences, man. You feel me? Yeah, we definitely going to sleep early. We definitely going to sleep early, man. You know, you quit, that's it. You feel me? That's why you could never quit, man. I wish I never had quit music, but I did. Got distracted. That's one thing you can't afford to do when you was born with bad cards is get distracted by anything. You was born with bad cards. Best believe you can't get distracted worth nothing in the world. You get distracted, you stay poor for the rest of your life. I noticed that, man. It's like you gotta stay on it, whatever you're doing. Stay on it, don't give up. If you give up, all hope will be lost in. And it can only get worse as you get older. When you start losing looks, you become yesterday's news to young females. Young females ain't really checking for you like that. I mean, there's a few of them checking for you, don't get me wrong. But the pool, as you get older with money, the pool just keep on getting smaller and smaller, man. I'm talking about women as you get older. Start getting old and shit, man. Sometimes I see old couples and stuff together. They're both old. They're both around the same age. Maybe he just a little bit older than she is, like 5 or 6 or 7 years older, But I see this all the time, man. But whatever you're doing, you got to keep going until you cross that finish line, man. You got to be a go-getter, bro. Is my leg injured? No, I'm carrying something. I'm carrying my water. So that's why I look like I'm limping. I'm limping and shit. Nah, I'm carrying my water. It's heavy right now. Shit. Feel what I'm saying? So you gotta, understand that, whatever you're doing, bro, don't ever stop doing what you're doing, bro. Never stop. And the thing is, you can't afford to quit. Whatever you're doing, you can't afford to quit. You can't afford to quit. Because think about it, man. Your success is your family's success. I'm talking about your girlfriend and kids, or your wife and kids, or whatever. Some of you guys don't want to get married. That's understandable. Well, your girlfriends life and your future kids' life or your future girlfriends or whatever. Everything depends on it. Think about it. You got Tyrese. If Tyrese would have never stayed focused on his music, he probably wouldn't even be, since he stayed focused on his shit, you know, he gets what he needs, man. He gets what he wants. You feel me? He gets what he wants. Yeah, you can't afford, hey, you can't afford to quit nothing, bro. Zero. Quit. That's it. You know, it's hard to keep going, bro. And now I'm completely sober. It's gonna be a little bit harder to pass by the days. So I say I start going to sleep early, man. So I won't be tempted to drink or nothing like that. You feel me? Overtraining. What's up with it, Johnny P? No, I'm not overtraining. It's just my last. I was drinking the other night, and I'm still trying to recover. When I won that jackpot, I was drinking a whole lot. My body's still tired, and it needs more sleep. So last night, I slept like 8.5 hours. But as we get older, when we drink a lot, it takes a couple of days for your body to recover. You know, when we're younger, our body recovers the next fucking day and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but now I'm 45, about to be 46, and my body it's not taking them drinking nights good no more. It's like that's why I'm like quitting alcohol. I'm just gonna not drink anymore. I'm done. This is my second night being sober, and I just don't have I don't have the passion to drink anymore. I don't have I don't have it. You know. I'm trying to lose the weight, and plus I want to live a little bit longer. And if I keep drinking the way I'm drinking, I'm gonna end up dying early, and I don't want that to happen. So it's better just to quit alcohol altogether, so you can have a longer life. You know. So it's the second night being sober in a row, and I haven't did a second night sober in a row in a long time. So we're making progress. You feel me? You know, we're making progress. You feel me? Plus, I want to look a little bit younger and shit. You know, I want to keep some of my youth as long as I can before it runs out. And plus, I want to be ready for my wife and kids. I'm thinking about getting married sometime in the future. When I get the bag, I know you saying, well, don't get married. I'm like, bro, you gotta at least try it, man. At least if it don't work out, then fine, don't get married again. But you gotta try it. You gotta try to do what's right, man. My thing is, try to stay away from gold diggers, like some of them women that just wanna just get the bag and leave you, man. It's tricky, man. When you got money, when you got the bag, you want them women, but they don't want you. Women who are above your looks level. Women who you gotta like lead with your wallet with or whatever. That's gonna be a tricky thing to do. You know, you want women above your looks level, but they don't want you, and that's why dudes go out there and get the money and stay rich. But think about it: if you marry a gold digger, you're not gonna stay married very long. That's the reality of it. You know, marriages last longer when when you are actually attracted to each other and you care about each other. That's why I'm dropping this weight, man. Uh, I'm quitting the drinking because I want companionship more than I want to drink. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, you can't have both. Uh, is it going to be drinking or do you want companionship? You know, what's it going to be? Because your face looks better without the drinking. You know, you know what I'm saying? So you can't have both. You can't serve two masters, man. You know, you got to have one or the other. So I made a conscious decision to slow down on the drinking and try to quit. You know, I could quit cold turkey. I did smoking. Remember, I used to smoke those cigars. But one day my ears started ringing, and I quit that shit. Cold turkey. Never had another cigar or another or a Black and Mild. I used to smoke those. You know, I quit that cold turkey. I quit smoking cold turkey. I haven't had a cigar in like 3 or 4 years, man. I haven't had a cigar or anything that's smoking related. I haven't had nothing to smoke for like 2 or 3 years. And I quit cold turkey. So I could do alcohol the same way. Shit. It's just I don't wanna drink it no more. It's just you gotta make a conscious decision. Do you wanna live longer or do you wanna live shorter? You know, is it that bad? You know? Do you really need a drink that bad? You know? It's making you look old and shit. It's messing up your companionship life. You want women to come into your life, man. You gotta give up stuff to make yourself look better. I look better in the face when I don't drink, man. I look younger. I look more alive. The next day, my eyes are all yellow and bloodshot. You drinking every night, coping, it ain't gonna help anything but make things worse. You feel what I'm saying? You're just making things worse. And then, as you get older, it gets worse with the age, and diseases and health problems start kicking in. Like I said, the last quarter of your life is gonna fucking suck. You know, especially if you by yourself. If you alone, oh shit. Without money, at least in the last quarter in your life, you got money, you got companionship. You feel what I'm saying? You're not alone and stuff. You know. But the last quarter of your life is gonna suck. That's one thing I know for sure, man. Because everything that you having right now, the problems that you having right now, it's gonna get worse. Like bending over, picking up stuff. That's gonna get worse. You know, your physical is gonna be done for. You know, in the next 15 years, if you know, or in the next like what? So I'm 45. I'll be 60 by the time, next 15 years, my physical ain't gonna be there no more. I'm gonna be 60. I'm gonna be an old man. And the worst thing to do is be 60 and alone. That's why once I get the bag, I'm busting all kinds of goddamn nuts inside of coochie. I'm gonna be trying to get females on, and I'm gonna be trying to get females pregnant on purpose. You know, cause I need kids, man. And we getting old out here, man. It ain't no more fun and games anymore, man. You get past 35, man, and it start going downhill quicker, man. You get past 40, your body ain't like what it used to be. Man, my kicks are not as fast as they used to be, and not as sharp as they used to be. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. Yeah. You cutting out sweets. Yep, cut out the sweets. Like me, the only sweet I had today was that NOS drink. That was it. Before my workout, that was it. Tomorrow I won't have any any energy drinks. I'll just work out just without the energy drink. I won't have nothing to eat in the morning. I'm fasting. My first meal around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. You feel me? You know, I want companionships. I just want a woman. That's all right now at this point, man. I don't want nothing to drink. I don't want no alcohol. I want the woman instead. I want to look better to attract. I noticed that a lot of females have been looking at me a lot more, lately. I'm turning more heads and stuff, especially the older women, you know. Because I feel like I'm going to be alone, man. I don't want to be old and alone, bro. And then you go into a marriage or a relationship with a drinking problem. Like, nah, I'm good with that, man. I might not even touch another drink as long as I live, man, right now at this point. I quit smoking. Never touched another cigar again after that. You guys remember I used to puff on those cigars when I used to do the live stream? And then those cigars used to give you a high that was good, too. And then you used to have a drink with it. Oh, that was the combination, boy. A cigar and some Hennessy. Ooh. Oh. Oh, it was even good with like vodka. You feel what I'm saying? A vodka drink with a cigar. Especially if it was a top tier cigar, a big ass, huge $25 cigar. I used to smoke $25 cigars like it was nothing. You know? Go to the store and pick up a $25 or even a $20 cigar, just like that. It would last me 2 days. I would smoke one half, because it would be a big ass cigar like this, huge. I smoke one half one day and then smoke the other half the next day. You know what I'm saying? But then it was like, one day my ears were ringing like man, it was crazy, bro. And I couldn't get that ringing sensation out of my ears, and I was scared for my ears, so I stopped smoking. And now I'm stop drinking. You know, cause I want to live to travel and shit, man. If I got an addiction like drinking or smoking, I won't live to see those years. I won't be able to travel around the world. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to stay healthy while I'm traveling. So, and I plan to have a family in the future, and I want to live to see my kids grow up. So I said, man, do you really want to like pass away early at an early age, bro? Like, because you got a drinking problem, because you drink too much, your fucking kidneys are gonna turn to sawdust. Your liver is gonna be pounded on. Like, bro, stop it right now while you ahead before something bad happens. And it'd be too late. But if something bad happened, it'd be too late then. You'd be in the hospital. Just like my father, his kidneys was all fucked up, bro. All that drinking he was doing fucked his kidneys up. You know what I'm saying? He was by himself. He was alone, bro. Old and alone. Feel what I'm saying? My looks are fading. Like I used to be a lot better looking, man. Even 4 years ago, I looked a lot better, man. It was getting worse. Everything's getting worse. The walls are closing in on me. Nah, I'm just kidding. Actually, it is. When you're getting older, slowly but surely, the walls are closing in. And before you know it, you're going to be out like a light. Done for. You're going to be done for, bro. I'm going to try to stay alive as long as possible. I can't do that if I'm drinking every single day. They got people out here that's just going to die at an early age, man. Like people are hooked on drinking all the way. But I'm like, my thing is to attract a woman, I want to kind of lower the body fat percentage down lower. And I want to look a lot more healthier in the face. And I notice when you drink all the time, you got, your eyes ain't, like the whites of your eyeballs is not bright. You know what I mean? They always dark and shit. You got dark, like eyeball whites around your eyes when when you're drinking and shit. I take pictures the next day, and I could tell that I've been drinking, But then today, I didn't drink last night, and I could tell I look a lot more aware and a lot more alert. My eyeballs are white because I haven't been drinking. Feel what I'm saying? So I want to keep it that way, bro. I want to keep my looks as long as possible. And you're destroying your looks, man. You want females' attention. You want women to pay attention. Like, bro, you got to be the best that you can look and stop the drinking. Because what do you want? You want female companionship, or do you want to be drinking? You want that drink? No, you can have both. Shoot. I mean, you can, but it's like when you're trying to attract, you kind of like want to look the best that you could look. And if drinking is keeping extra like fat on your body, you got to slow it down or quit. You know what I'm saying? That way I can exercise longer and shit. When I've been drinking all night, I gas out early. 30, 40-minute workout when I should have been working out for a full hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it, man. Tired of it. I'm getting tired. And I said, man, if I don't stop drinking, I'm going to end up like not living very long. So I can't keep that up long term. At one point, you got to either slow it down or quit. You know what I'm saying? And then you get tired of being alone too. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of you just want to be a lot more attractive. You want to be, you want to have a magnet on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You want some of them young females, man. You gotta play by the rule book, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be breaking the rules and shit. And you get desperate for like companionship. So then you quit whatever you're doing, so you can increase your chances of getting it. Now, quitting drinking will increase my chances to getting female companionship. Because I remember, 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago? 4 years ago, I was shredded, and I was getting female attention right away, man. I mean, left and right. When I was using enhancements and at low percentage body fat, I did better with women. And I want that to return. So I just say, fuck it, I'm gonna give up the drinking, man. Second night sober, man. Shit. And it works, man. Shit. My face look more alert and shit, you feel me? I got a less fat on my face. Why keep doing stuff that's harming your chances, man? You know what I'm saying? I want to attract a woman even though I'm broke. I want to get sex even though I'm broke. There's this Filipina at Starbucks, you know what I'm saying, that I like, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get her attention. It's not Little Seven. Little Seven is a short, cute Filipina. But there's another one that I like. I call her Shorty Pants, bro. Shorty Pants Part 2. Shorty Pants number 2. That's who I call her. That's what I call her, man. She's like 5 foot 2 or something like that, and she's like, she don't pass the height, but I could work with it right now. I could, you know, I ain't too picky like that, man. I ain't gonna discriminate against her height when it comes to sex, but um, as you can see, my face looks more hydrated. It ain't all dry and shit. I've been putting that lotion on my face because my face is. I saw that my face is drying up. I was getting these little white splotches on my fucking face, bro, fucking up my looks. You know, and now my skin is gonna be more hydrated and everything since I've been drinking. I mean, I quit drinking. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with it, Jamie? What's up with it, man? You know what I'm saying? I just want to give myself the best chance, and I miss companionship. You guys don't know how much I miss companionship so much. I miss it so much that I'm to the point where desperation is kicking in, and you start doing stuff and you start changing things so you can get that companionship. You start losing weight, you start exercising more, you're bringing your body fat percentage down lower to look more attractive because you get tired of being by yourself. You get tired of not doing all you can to attract. You ask yourself, man, are you really doing all you can to attract, bro? Let me see your six pack. Just like, what's his name? Bulldog mindset. Just like what he said. You think you gonna get a woman, or are you doing everything and anything possible to attract? Okay, lift up your shirt. Let me see your six pack. You ain't got a six pack. You're not doing all you can, bro. And that made me look in the mirror, man. Just them words right there. It made me look in the mirror. You're like, man, you better get a six pack, man. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? You better lower that body fat percentage some more, man, so you can attract these women, bro. You don't have to have no money. Shit, attraction is attraction. It don't matter if this guy is a bum or he broke or whatever. If the woman is attracted to you, man, she's attracted to you. I learned that the hard way. I mean, with my ex-girlfriend, shit. When I moved into my ex-girlfriend's house, I was homeless back then, but she was sexually attracted to me, so it didn't matter. Hit it from back and front. Yeah, Joey Finglish, he'll be here soon. you know, you know. So I'm like, man, take a look at yourself, bro. Why you not attracting? Why no woman is interested in you, bro? Take a good look at yourself. Lift up your shirt. Let me see your six pack. Just like Bulldog might say, no, you ain't got one? Okay, you don't want a woman that badly then. If you don't got a six pack, you don't want it that badly. And after a while, I started wanting it really badly. I was just like, no. I want companionship so badly that I'm going to keep on working out until I get a six pack, back again. It's still there. My six pack was there. I still got a little keg right there I'm trying to get rid of. And all the drinking is keeping it there. Okay, well, stop drinking so you can attract. Drop the body fat percentage down some more, man. This ain't no game, bro. Your fucking genetic legacy is on the line, bro. About to start having children soon, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get ready for my wife. Get ready for my girlfriend, my future girlfriend that's going to be young. If you want them youngins, you better have a six pack. So, okay, get ready. Get to it. Chop, chop, chop. It's time to start running more. Time to start, jogging more. I'm going to start jogging, down the street. I'm going to buy some brand new shoes. And I'm going to just start jogging, like a mile or two. No sprints, just jogging. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to attract, and I need to bring this body fat percentage down low as possible. I feel like I'm running out of time and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to attract. I got to change and adjust things. Like, it's like, do you really want the drink or do you want pussy, bro? Bro, you haven't had a blowjob. You haven't had sex in like 2 years. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit, bro. You haven't had sex in 2 years. Haven't had a blowjob in 2 years. Bro, you got to do all you can to attract. I'm going to get my hair cut too soon, eventually. I think it's going to be probably this weekend or something. I'm going to have my hair cut. Get my hair cut, man. You feel me? Just get it cut bald, man. Have a brand new look. You know what I'm saying? Eventually in the future, you hit the jackpot. And then come back and get the one that you want, man. Shit, get the female that you like. You know? My thing is, I've been thinking about just having an average woman with me, man. You know what I'm saying? And be like Mark Zuckerberg and just be good with a female that really cares about you and stuff. And you just go ahead and travel around the world with her and shit. With you and the kids, you know what I'm saying? You know. Just companionship. Stuff that a lot of motherfuckers got out there, man. A lot of motherfuckers got companionships, bro. You know? I see dudes driving around with girls' friends all the time, bro. Like, and some of the dudes that got girlfriends, they're the nicest dudes in the world, bro. They'll stop and give you $20 or $30 or $40, man. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I got to work on myself. I'm not there. My six-pack is not there. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? And stop the drinking so I could get the six-pack, and so I could be some type of sexual, you know, some sex appeal, some sexual sex appeal, some sexual chocolate. I gotta drop this body. I gotta lose the fat on my cheeks. I gotta lose all that. I wanna bring it down low, man. So when they see me, they're like, "Oh my God, look at dropped all that body fat percentage." Like Kel-Cat looking like a motherfucking snack to these females. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. When you start getting horny and stuff, bro, you ain't had sex in a while. You gotta check yourself. Look at yourself, bro. But you ain't had sex in 2 years, bro. This shit ain't gonna never stop. You better get in there and start working out. Leave that alcohol alone, man. I want a blowjob, and I want a deep throat. I haven't had a female give me a blowjob in a minute. Haven't had sex in a minute. I haven't had a female pursue me in a minute, or certified stalker. But she don't count. I never was attracted to her like that. The only thing I was attracted to was her titties. That was it. Her face and her rest of her body was nothing. Bro, she was so goddamn skinny. That's not what I'm attracted to. Now, who you think I'm fooling? You know what I'm saying? You ain't fooling nobody, bro. You out here fooling people. You must be fooling people, bro. Be out here with a female that you really don't care about and one you're not attracted to. You know, that female in Starbucks that keep on approaching me and saying hi to me. She's fat and out of shape. She's fugly. She's way below my looks level. What the fuck am I gonna do with her? It's frustrating, bro. I want her friend. That's who I want. You know, the one sit there, the real conservative, looking all fine. Shit, man, she looked fine, man. I seen her dolled up one day. I was like, man, you fine. She's like a 7.5, bro. She's almost an 8, bro. Almost. If she was taller and she had some more, you know, if her facial features were a little bit more beautiful, she would be an 8. You know what I'm saying? But she carried herself in a different type of manner. You know, the fugly one, she all in my face all the time, saying hello and trying to talk to me. I'm like, I'm not interested. You're like sub-5 stalker almost. She's definitely below average looking. Has a huge double chin, way bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? She's overweight. She's fat. She's fugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she'll give you the time of day. Them type of females, yeah. The ones with no ass and titties, that's fat while flat, she overweight with no titties, bro. Overweight with no titties, no ass. She just like Sub 5 Stalker, bro. You know, but I think this female is worse than Sub 5 Stalker. At least Sub 5 Stalker wasn't fat. This female is fat. Fat. With a double chin that'll stick out from here to like Texas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I realize what I want the most. I'm like, drinking or women's attention, bro. Women's attention. So it is. That's what I pick. Can't have both. Unless I'm already rich, then I could drink all I want to and still attract them. But when you broke and you trying to attract, your physical got to be in check. So at least you got some type of sex appeal. You know, no money, but sex appeal, though. And I realize that I'm getting older and I'm losing a lot of my looks, and it's getting depressing sometimes. The years are going by like really quickly, man. Like we are already over half this year already. We're already over halfway done of this year, man. You feel me? So anyway, man, I'm about to end this live. I'm gonna go in here and lay down. It's time for me to go to sleep. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna look at some of my leftover women videos. Them videos are eye-opening at the same time because they let me know like what the leftover women are going through over there in China. How they get into their 30s and they're looking for a husband and they can't find one, and they're heading to the age of like, you know, 40 and being alone, 50 being alone, 60 and being alone. And these women are going through hell over there, bro, in desperation, just like men in the West. Men in the West are going through hell and desperation because they can't find a mate. Same thing over there, man. It's the opposite over there in China. There's let's see. There's about I was wrong. There's about like 300 million leftover women in China. So that's a lot of women that's going to be cat ladies and alone in the future. So when I look at those videos, it kind of wake me up. You know, it wake me up like, man, get your shit together, Kelcat, or you're going to end up like those leftover women, old and alone, bro. Because they describe being old and what old and alone is. Like, they take you through the emotions that they go through coming home to nobody, cooking your meals by yourself, looking at TV by yourself, playing board games by yourself. You know, they really like, wow, you know, they really say this is depressing. I wouldn't wish loneliness and being alone on my worst enemy. They really lay it down. And then you start thinking in your head, you're like, gone. That's gonna be me next. I gotta straighten up my shit. You feel me? I gotta chase this bag with all my heart. So I don't want to end up like that. You know, it's constantly on my mind every single day. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep, man. I'm turning in early. You guys have a good night, man. You know, eat it from the back and the front. Hey, I'm gonna lose this weight so I could be eating it from the back and the front. You know. And that, like I said before I end the video, it's the weight that has been in my way. You feel what I'm saying? Of love and companionship. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen forever in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stick to like being lean my whole entire life, never gaining weight. So we gotta work out on a regular basis. We gotta watch what we eat and how much we eat, and try to be a little bit healthier, and so I can attract that woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because you got whatever's in the way of like you getting companionship, you gotta get rid of it. Whatever's in the way. Okay? If either it's just weight, you overweight, or like your finances and stuff like that, you have to take care of it. Or you're gonna be alone. I'm not gonna let weight get in the way of me having companionship and sex, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let me being overweight just get in the way. I'm not gonna let like alcohol get in the way of companionship because I want it so bad at this point. I'm so desperate, man. You know, I want it. So I'm willing to give up anything and everything so I could get companionship again once in my life. You feel what I'm saying? But I gotta go. You guys have a good day. I'm out. Going to sleep. Peace out. Take care and bless. I'm out.